Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good evening, everybody. This is Karen Donovan coming to you from the GNW show to bring you a little fun for your week and a smile for your face. And I thank you for joining us tonight. We introduced a little bit of positive energy in the beginning. That was my rendition of it. I think it had something to do with money, but I think very positively of money, though I don't love money, but I love what money brings to us. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to combat negative energy. So stay tuned for our segment, Secrets of a Happy Life, and strategies for a happy life, too. So, have you ever had this happen to you? You were on social media, you were watching the news, you heard about a new disease, you heard about a new disaster, and you were just kind of bummed out. That negative energy was all around you. But tonight, we're going to talk about how to combat that negative energy, and that's with positive energy. Now, where does that positive energy come from anyway? Is it from out there, or is it from in here? Well, I propose that it's from in here, somewhere within you. And number one, you know, there are a lot of things you don't have control over, but there are some things that you do have control over. And one of them would be, if you're listening to negative news, change the channel. You can do that. Just click the button. I used to turn the dial, but now I click the button. And you can change that channel to something that is going to make you feel more positive. And what do you do about all the negativity that goes on around you? I mean, do you try to fight it? Well, we've been talking in our last couple of segments about The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris. And one of the things we learned was don't try to fight it, just let it go by. If there's negative energy around you, if there's negativity around you, just let it be. Don't focus on it, acknowledge it. Sure, things happen, real things happen. It's not like you're making it up, and you certainly have every right to fight it. But you also have every right to fight for positive energy and happiness and the good things in your life too. And that's what we're talking about tonight. So if you were to think about how would I act differently if, here we go, here's some suggestions. If painful thoughts were not an obstacle, how would I act differently? What projects would I start if I had the energy, that positive energy? Okay. What about if fear were not an issue? What would I do? What would I do with my life? What would I do with my day? A lot of things like that. And last but not least, if thoughts of failure didn't deter me, what would I attempt? So those are some things to think about. And then we go to the other side of the issue, which are, well, okay, how do I get there? How do I enjoy some of those positive thoughts? Well, I mean, you can go back to the cartoon and, think happy thoughts, but sometimes that's not so easy to do, right? I mean, if you're feeling bummed out, happy thoughts, you get mad, when there's a happy thought. But let's talk about some things that you can do. First of all, is focus on the good stuff. Look for the things that are going to make you happy. Now, people say to me, what possessed you to do the Good News Wednesday show in the first place? And I say, well, I looked around me and I thought, the pandemic had started and there was a show that gave me an idea. And that was, of course, Some Good News with John Krasinski. And I thought, that's really cool. And then I thought, well, I'm already doing a little something announcing like the trivia winners on Wednesdays and so on. Why don't I combine those? And so I just took those two ideas, put them together, came up with the Good News Wednesday show. And it will be almost 2 years in February that we've been doing the show. And I know I'm not on national TV, but Some Good News only lasted for a year. And then they kind of went down. But, the thing is the positivity is there. The ideas are there. And all we have to do is harness the ideas that, get us excited. What is it? What witty thought, concept, or idea gets you excited? What can you focus on? There has to be in every day, as much as there are the bad channels coming on and playing, there is a good thought in there somewhere that you could latch onto. And that could be the thing that causes your positive energy to come back. And, I'm talking about positive energy in a loose sense because, you really don't have any control of a lot of things. But if you think about it, you can do something or come up with something creative to make that positive energy latch on and hold on until you can get through the rough spots. One of the things that people say, they talk about a gratitude journal, for example, and thinking about things that they're thankful for. Some people talk about helping one other person that might be less fortunate than they are. And when they see the smile on that person's face, boom, all their problems seem to minimize in comparison, right? Our favorite house person that we talk about sometimes on our real estate corner, Marie Kondo, and how you can tidy your house, is what sparks joy. Find something that sparks joy, even something small like how to fold your socks or your shirt. Or straighten up a little corner of your room. There's something that'll happen, and then all of a sudden you'll see that catches on, and that's how the spark of positive energy takes hold and lights up your life, lights up the life of people around you, so that you can be a source of joy and comfort and help to other people and to yourself. Okay, so that's a little strategy tonight on positive energy and how to combat that negative energy that's all around us. And don't forget, if something doesn't spark joy, just change the channel. And that's our thought for this evening. And now on to a burning question that you may have had. So if you have a question, just shoot me an email at karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll be happy to try to cover it on one of our GNW shows. And you'll be surprised, and I will be researching the answer if I don't know it. But tonight we were talking about energy, right? And so how about 22 ways to save energy in 2022? I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm going to give you 8 of them, and then I'm going to tell you how to get the other 14. Okay, here we go. So first of all, here's some cool ones, and some of them I knew, some of them I didn't really think about before, but maybe some you knew, and I'm sorry if I bore you, but hopefully there'll be one in there that just says, oh yeah, that's a great way to save energy. How about now, most people, a lot of people don't have ceiling fans anymore, but if you still do have ceiling fans, you know that if you reverse the ceiling fan in the winter when it's cold, like it's been a little bit, and you put it running counterclockwise, very slowly, it pushes the hot air down from the ceiling and saves energy in the room. Of course, in the summer, you're going to do the reverse. You're going to run it clockwise and faster, and that makes the room feel cooler. Number 2, upgrade to a smart thermostat. Now, I've done this on my homes and my rental properties, etc. And I find that, I've been using the Nest thermostats along with some cameras and so on outside, and it works really well. And I actually just made a discovery about like dual heat and air setting, and you cannot do this from the thermostat, but you can do it from the app on your phone. So go figure. That's how we figured it out. But anyway, those are really cool. They can save a lot of energy, and there's all kinds of settings for, an energy setting and being away from home, and then when you're there, and instead of fighting back and forth all the time, like my husband and I, we finally hit a compromise, and we've got that smart thermostat set. So try that. Save some energy. Replace incandescent bulbs with LEDs. Oh yes, that's good for several reasons. Number one, you don't have to buy so many light bulbs. Number two, they're not so hot. Number three, I find the light they give off is pretty decent in the room. This one, about electronics. Number 4, if you're going to be away, do not leave electronics plugged in that you will not be using, because they drain energy even when they're turned off. And what you can do is put them on a big extension with multiple receptacles, like a surge protector, and then you can just flip the switch when you leave and turn them all off at once. So you don't have to be unplugging them each one at a time. I fight with people about number 5, but you've seen the commercial on TV. I do it every night. Wash your dishes with your dishwasher every night, and do not hand wash them. The amount of water that you use with the dishwasher once a day is so minimal compared to washing them by hand and putting them in a dish drainer. Not to mention the time that it takes to do that, and the sanitary aspect of it. So use your dishwasher and save water. Number 6, this is a hard one for me because I have one of these. A heating or air conditioning system that is 15 to 20 years old, especially an air conditioning system. When it gets to be that age, it's outdated. It's using way more electricity and energy than a newer, more economic model, and it should be replaced. Hate to think of it, but I've got one and it's still running good, but I'm sure it's using a lot more energy than we need to spend. So that's that one. Home insulation, number 7. Check with your utility company. Sometimes they give you a discount for having insulation blown in. And number 8, install lights with sensors. Don't leave the outdoor lights on all night. Those spotlights, those floodlights, they use up a bunch of energy. If you use the sensors, they go on and off. All right, so those are the 8 that I thought were great, but there's some more in those other 14. And if you would like the other 14, and you just can't wait, there is a link in the description of tonight's episode, and just click on there and it'll take you right to the 22 energy saving tips for 2022. It'll be in Facebook and YouTube. YouTube will be in the comments, and Facebook will be in the chat or the description of when the show is coming on. Now, speaking of that, please, if you enjoy the show, or you even sort of like the show, please click like if you're on Facebook, and click the red bell so you'll be reminded of the next time we're on. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel and leave comments. I would love to know what you think, and constructive comments are always welcome. Okay, now for what some people have been waiting for all evening, I will present without further ado. is our weekly trivia question. And you say, Karen, how can I get this in advance so I can get the answer correct? I say, send me an email at karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll be happy to send you our Monday morning wake up newsletter. And in there is an entry form with the question, and you can put in your answer and send it in. And I will respond and tell you if you have the right one or not. Let's see how smart you are. And if you would like that newsletter, again, just send me an email at karen@homesbydonovan, and Monday morning wake up comes to you in your inbox. No charge and no obligation. If you don't like it after you've read it a couple times, why, just let me know. And we like to inspire people. We have a little inspirational piece and some interesting information, some Monday morning music inspiration, and a question for the week. This week's was, which word is spelled incorrectly in every dictionary? You know what it is? It's incorrectly. Oh, yes, we'll get you going. Now, the trivia question, however, provides a little more food for thought and also gives you some information that you may not have known. I've learned a lot of things by doing these trivia questions. This evening's question is about energy. You know, we're talking about energy tonight. And the question is what sport requires the most energy? Based on such requirements as endurance, strength, power, hand-eye coordination, durability, and analytic aptitude. So that's a tall order, right? Now, here are your choices. A, gymnastics, B, soccer, C, billiards, or D, boxing. That's a tough one. Well, billiards, I don't know. I mean, you need some good hand-eye coordination for billiards, but I'm not sure that you need so much in the way of endurance, strength, and power, maybe. So no, that's not the answer. Then there is soccer. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, you need endurance, and you need hand-eye coordination, durability, analytic aptitude. Yep, you do. But let's think about the other ones. Gymnastics. Whoa. Now, gymnastics could be the answer, coming from a former gymnast once upon a time. Hand-eye coordination, power, strength, analytic aptitude. Now, then we have boxing. Let's think about boxing. A boxer really requires endurance, strength, power, hand-eye coordination, durability, and analytic aptitude. And the answer is D, boxing. So if you guessed correctly, and I get people that send me texts, emails, and everything. I love it. And I've had several people this week that were very, very smart, and they guessed the answer. So it is D, boxing is the one that requires the most energy. All right. So now we've solved all your problems for this evening, and we've given you some positive energy to utilize for the rest of your week. We hope that you stay safe, that you are careful out there these days. Mask up when you're around a bunch of people. And we hope that you have a great rest of your week. Until next time, make it a great week. Bye-bye.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the